something. Shh. We shouldn't be talking about this.
Hello, everybody,
And welcome to this week's
welcome back
episode.
to We Shouldn't Be Talking About This. I lost it. Dang it, bro.
Episode
Number
just
30,
kept going.
3 times 10, 30.
30.
Like a whole month's worth.
Yes, and on
Ooh,
this
I mean, that
episode,
sounds sad.
children,
I feel like it should be
today,
more than that.
let's talk about
Live action movies.
live action movies.
Live action movies.
Do we need them?
No.
No, we don't.
I don't
That's
know what
kind of the
she's
gist.
doing.
And that concludes
And that there is the
today's
end of the episode. Thank you for joining us. Have a great weekend. Goodbye.
See you for episode 31 next week.
Just kidding.
No, okay.
Obviously, our answers cannot be put into one word.
Right. Okay, so
Two-letter word
obviously
there,
it
Adam.
depends.
Mhm.
On what?
It depends. Okay, for me, it depends on the length of time between like the original cartoon and the live action. It also depends.
Wait, original part 2? What?
The original cartoon.
Oh,
to
cartoon.
the live action. There needs to be,
Animation.
I feel, a significant gap in between because the only reason to bring in a live action is to develop and latch onto the nostalgia that people had from when the cartoon came out. Now, when you go and you be like Moana that came out like a butt crack and a half day ago, and now they want to come out with a second movie and then boom, a live action, there's no nostalgia. There's no need. Like, we needed to give it a decade.
I'm sorry. How long ago did Moana come out?
A butt crack and a half day ago.
So that like
1.5 butt cracks. How many days is a butt crack?
Yeah,
How long does a butt crack take to develop?
I'm not sure actually.
I'm not aware of that one. Not gonna lie.
You should
When does
be.
the gluteal cleft form?
Exactly. When does that form?
Oh, you're
That's 3 months.
serious?
Either way, it's
3
less
months.
than a
Probably
year,
not that long.
and Moana came
Come
out
on.
more than a year and a half ago.
Either way,
It was a butt crack and a half ago.
it was a
apparently.
butt crack and a half ago.
Butt
Mhm.
crack and a half.
And then you got Moana 2 that just came out yesterday.
No, well,
Yeah.
Not
close enough,
literally.
sure.
Not literally.
Yeah. No, we
A
got
butt crack ago, yeah.
like last fall.
Less than a butt crack.
A quarter
Like,
butt crack ago,
yeah, if
Yeah.
even.
literally.
And
A butt crack ago.
and now you want to be like, hey, we coming out with a live action.
In a butt crack.
But they've been teasing a live action for a while, I feel
Since-
like.
Yes,
the
but
first
here's
one
my
came out.
other thing is the fact that they announced like the live action and Moana 2 at like the same time.
Same time.
Did they announce an official live action though?
I feel like they did.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
Either way.
Oh, maybe you're right, actually.
Either way. Too soon.
Yes. Too
Too
soon.
soon. I get maybe we were worried about The Rock having wrinkles by the time this live action was actually set to have nostalgia effects. But like, find someone new.
I think The Rock would be okay. I think he's chilling.
So like, I stand on my point. I feel like the ideal length of time minimum is a decade before doing
Is that
a
like 3 butt cracks
recreation.
or what?
Yeah, I feel like that's a few butt cracks. I feel like that's like a solid 5 butt cracks.
So a butt crack
Or
is 2 years.
So a butt crack is 2 years?
Slice down the middle. Yeah, I don't know. But
Oh, I'm sorry. I couldn't help it. That's funny.
like at least a decade. Like you need to give it time for another generation to start developing.
Well,
I
under
don't know if a decade is
technicality-
enough time for that, though. Like, they just starting to develop.
Yes.
Like, literally in the womb.
I know. Like, we need to, like, give it time for, like...
Next generation?
We just need time to pass.
What? I'm confused now.
Like, at least a decade. A decade is enough time for a childhood movie to pass to have that more nostalgic effect when a live action is made.
When did Moana come out? 2018?
No clue.
2017, 2018, maybe?
Let's find out.
Damn by the fact that it's not 10 years.
Almost, though. That would
Almost.
be...
But then they came out with Moana 2, which I kind of feel like delays
2016!
delays
Whoa,
the
that long
nostalgic
ago?
onset. So,
Wow,
like,
I'm surprised.
you know,
I haven't seen
It
the
was
second one,
late
but meaning
I
nothing
haven't either.
to
2016. It was late 2016, November
November, right?
2013.
Still,
No, that's right.
But still,
in just like a year and a
2016.
half, it'll be 10 years since it came out.
Yeah.
So
That's crazy.
I think it sticks to your 5
It-
months.
Yeah, because what,
No,
the live
but you
action
weren't
wouldn't
listening
come
to
out
me.
until
You weren't
next
listening
year,
to me.
probably.
Yes. Okay. Yes, it does. But here's the thing.
Moana 2 came out.
This
so it can't
exactly.
happen.
Nostalgia gets pushed back once you get a sequel that comes out. Because now you have a little like continuance, a little refresher on it. There's no nostalgia.
I
Now you need to give
guess.
it more time. You need to give us
I
more time
guess.
before we get new content with the same characters.
Moana 2 was the third highest grossing film of 2024. So
Yeah.
they have reason to make a live
No,
action.
and
if
I'm
put
aware
that
they
much money
do.
on
I'm
it.
aware they do. I just feel like so far the past few movies, especially with Disney that have been coming out, have just been oversaturated with remakes or sequels and not too much original stuff.
I was informed that Disney decided they're probably not going to do any more live action movies.
The live action
Is this true?
adaptation of
Not.
Moana is scheduled to premiere on July 10th of 2026.
So it'll be almost a decade. It'll be short. But the second movie came out. Hold. Let me finish my sentence. There's a but. So, I don't know. I don't know. Personally, I'm not a big fan of live action remakes in general. Because you have the original. And you go into the live action then with one of two mindsets. One, which I think the most people carry, is it better be exactly like the original one, otherwise I'm gonna hate it. Or two, you go in with they're gonna take their own creative liberties, like all directors do, and actors and everything. And it's gonna be somewhat different, but it's still gonna hold somewhat similar to the original. And that's gonna make me happy because I'm gonna get to see my favorite characters reenacted in live form.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that latter one though is like very little amount of people. So because I haven't even seen Lilo and Stitch, and I know we said we weren't really going to talk about it all that much since I haven't
No
seen it.
spoilers. No spoilers.
Well, I can't spoil anything, but I have heard people saying on social media like, "Oh, they didn't do this, they didn't do that, and because of that, I don't like the movie." It's like,
Interesting.
yeah,
Very intriguing.
that's why I'm like,
that way, but
you didn't think of it that way. That's and that's because most people go into the movie thinking it needs to be. They're like me when I want my book made into a movie. Like I want it action for action, word for word, because that's the only way I want my book into a movie kind of thing.
Yeah.
But when it's already a movie and now it's becoming live action, I don't care for it to be exactly. If I want exactly the same, I'm gonna go watch the original. Like just go watch the original.
Yeah.
Like,
and like I had that thought going into watching the live action. I'm like, I understand they're going to take their own creative liberties with this. I'm like, but there are certain points in the original movie they have to hit. If they don't hit those,
and
then
she
like
listed
it's a
them
flop.
for me.
And yeah, and they did. They hit my
And they
point.
hit each and every one of them.
They did,
Good.
and the little twists that they added in for their creative liberties, I was not butthurt about them.
Yeah, and that's fair. I think like a movie has their core parts that if it doesn't have that, it's no longer that movie.
That
So I
movie.
think there are things that they have to adhere to in order to maintain enjoyment on the viewer's part, because like if they made Lilo and Stitch and then like there was no Stitch, or Lilo was a
Man.
55-year-old man, like you'd be like, what am I watching?
Yeah.
Why am I watching an old man with an alien? No, thank you. Like it would just be like, no. Like
Yeah.
there are some things you have to stick to, which
I
makes sense.
also think that to a certain degree there has to be some level of like moral value to it
Mm.
in order for it to be worthy of being made into, because like that's where it hit me in Lilo and Stitch live action, was like
That's a good point.
the whole concept of like, because I think it ties in the whole nostalgia plus moral value with like
Mhm.
Ohana means
Yeah.
family, and family
Yeah.
means no one gets left behind. Like that just sticks with you so much more now that you're older and can
Yeah.
truly understand and comprehend what that means in the context of the
Mhm.
situation. Whereas like when you're a child, you're like, oh, that's such a cute little phrase. Ohana means family. Family means no one gets left behind, right? And so it's like you can go about saying that, but you don't really
Mhm.
process what it means. But then
Right.
rewatching it, and
Yeah.
I think what really did it for Lilo and Stitch is just the fact that like it makes it that much more real, you know?
Mhm.
Is that they are real people who
Yep.
have real emotions, who are
Mhm.
portraying them to you across the screen, rather
Yeah.
than being an animated film that you're like, yeah, this is directed towards kids. I get it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think that's another thing for live action films. Like I feel like having real people, like if it's like compared like Leo and Stitch with like The Lion King, it's all
Mhm.
animals in that. So it's not,
Yeah.
it's really not even live action if you ask me. It's
It's just
like,
CGI.
yeah, it's a straight up
Yeah.
CGI movie. Like I don't need a live action of that because you don't feel as connected when it's not like people. Like the this
No.
whole story
Yeah.
of
It's just
The
that they look
Lion,
more realistic.
right? And like
Yeah.
I feel like you're not gonna get anything more out of it that you would have like Lion King, don't get me wrong, has lots of beautiful moral little like
Mhm.
parts in it that really connects you to the characters.
And talk
But
about like being like the second movie other than Up that gets you crying in like the first 15 minutes.
no, seriously, like it's a good movie.
It's a good movie.
Well, I didn't cry. We know it was a judgment. Just you know,
It
I didn't
it
cry
gets
in
you
Up
tearing
either.
up. It's like
I didn't cry in Up either. Again, you know what? Irrelevant. I'm not going to
yeah.
talk about how connected to characters you have to be in order to want to cry for them. Like, I don't know. I just feel like Lion King did not need to be remade because
Mhm.
I'm going to feel like it's not a person I'm connecting with. So I'm going to feel the same way, whether it's an animated animal or a
CGI.
CGI realistic animal. Like,
Yeah.
if you're going to remake a movie, I want most of the characters to be human. Because you just like it just it like you said, it feels more real then.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
It's fine to throw in characters who aren't human, like with Lilo and Stitch when you have like the alien aspect of it. That's totally
Yeah.
fine.
But
But
then I
like,
think the very key aspect there is like how well you can do it,
Yeah.
because
And
yeah,
incorporate it into the people scenes and
yeah.
still make it.
right, yeah. Which is
Yeah.
why I would never watch a live action remake of Lilo and Stitch 20 years ago. Absolutely not.
Mm-mm.
Wouldn't
It
happen.
would not have looked good. And they
It
know
would
that.
have
That's
been
why they didn't do it.
the dumbest looking thing ever.
Hmm.
And that's why I'm okay with it now because
It looks kind of cute.
it's not bad. Like
And I do appreciate how they like modernized everything.
Yes.
They didn't
They did.
try and
They
keep
didn't.
it like
No, in the
set
past.
in the
Yeah.
past, and so I appreciated that because it's like then you can do it better. you know?
Yes, and you can add
Yeah.
more elements that way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you help people connect to things happening now. Like
And it becomes
Yes.
hashtag relatable,
exactly. That's what we
just like
need.
us.
Stop throwing up the hashtag. What is this?
I thought we were having a cringe moment, so I wanted to make it more cringe. I'm
Yeah, it was
sorry.
pretty
Talk
bad.
about giving everyone an ick.
Hashtag relatable, right?
Right, do it again. You do it real quick. You do it real quick.
Guys, I was following along with the cringe moment. It felt
And you hit
cringy,
it.
so I was adding with the cringe.
You peach it. Yeah, you just sent it
I'm
sailing
glad.
over the cliff.
I'm glad.
We lived in the moment, you know.
Yeah.
YOLO.
Exactly.
And
Or
it'll
whatever.
forever be out there.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but please remind me. Do you like the live action of Beauty and the Beast?
I actually can't answer that. I've never seen it.
Wait, what?
Really?
Yeah. I actually I'm commenting a lot on live action movies and
You are,
I've
and
never seen
personally
them.
can't
Maybe you
think
have
of a
not seen a
live
lot of
action
them.
movie I've seen.
Oh, my buddy.
I gotta think. Have I even seen
Did you see
No,
Mulan?
Nope.
Ew. No.
That one?
I didn't watch the live action.
You
Mulan
saw Little
either.
Mermaid.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're right. Okay, I did see Little Mermaid. And
That movie in and of
it's hard to
itself was
comment
a lot of
on.
food.
That is hard to comment on.
Because part of me was like, yeah, go Haley Bailey. Haley Bailey, right? Yeah, Haley Bailey.
Hallie?
Halle Bailey. Sorry, it's spelled. Okay, my apologies. Halle Bailey.
She ain't watching. It's okay.
You're right. That we know of. You don't know what she does in her. Never mind. Okay. It was nice. I know it got the redhead community up in a storm that we weren't sticking with a redhead actor. But it was kind of nice. And I can understand, but to me the reasons were so invalid. Little Mermaid is the most fictional of fictional stories.
Oh,
It's
right.
not based on any truth. Zero
No.
truth. in the story.
Unlike Snow White, where the diversity cast didn't need to be there.
Correct.
I didn't see Snow White either, so I don't
Well,
know
they
what you're
picked a
talking about.
I
non-white
haven't
person to
either.
play Snow White, who's
Yeah.
Supposed to be
white
white
as
as
snow?
snow.
No, see, oh, that's right. I didn't watch it because of who played it. Because
yeah, because
I think she
rude
ruined the
about it
movie all
Yeah.
on her own. She did. But yeah,
No, honestly,
if
in all
you
accuracy.
changed if you changed Mulan and did a non-Asian, I'm sorry,
Right.
if you did Pocahontas and you did a non-Native American, no,
It
those
just
things
doesn't work.
are historically
Yes.
not accurate, but historically representative,
Focused, yes.
Yes.
films.
And of the storyline. You can't replace that with another Rachel person and be like, this
Exactly.
storyline still makes sense, because it doesn't.
Exactly. That's why I was like, when they replace Little Mermaid, it means nothing to me.
No.
It means nothing to me.
'Cause
I'm trying to
it
think
could have
of
been anybody.
Right. I'm trying to think of a black
Honestly,
equivalent.
even that one, they could have reversed gender played that.
Yeah.
Eric
They
could have been a
could have.
princess,
It could have been a
and
man and a
Ariel could have
princess.
been a merman.
It really
Yeah.
could have been. It would have been
And
the
I
same
don't think
thing
it wouldn't have been as
happening.
bad.
No.
Honestly, I think it would have been kind of interesting to watch.
It kind of be funny watching a merman fall in
Michelle
love with a
singing.
princess.
But
Huh?
honestly though, it would make more sense going to all those lengths for a woman. I'm kidding. Actually, I'm pulling stuff out of my butt.
The only thing that would be weird is I think you'd have to maybe change that that it wouldn't be Ariel anymore. Obviously, it would be something else like
Right.
Arian or something. I don't know. Oh wait, no, not
Aaron.
Oh, Aaron. There we
Aaron.
go. Sorry. The singing part would be
And Erica.
weird for there you go. See, Like the singing part would be weird for a male role, I think.
Yeah, but like the songs could then be changed to a degree.
No, and they could. I just think it would.
But I'd also
I
say
don't
like the losing the voice part probably would have to
Right.
like
That
be
would be a
switched
little because a man would not know how to communicate one tiny bit without their voice. Not at all. Not at all. They'd be so lost. Wouldn't even give up their voice. Wouldn't even give up their voice, guys. Not even close. Nah, they'd be like, my boy? I need that. Ain't worth nothing. Not giving up for nobody.
I like this so. Now I need someone to like go out there and like write a whole
feel like
rendition
a
on like
a
a gender role flip of the Little Mermaid to the Little Merman.
Honestly, I think that would be fine. And I think if they did that with more live actions, I would be more okay with it. I'm trying to think of another example that would be
Because
good.
then I think it'd be fine because then it's more of a parody kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're
Yeah,
not
like
even
the Starving
taking it
Games.
literal.
Yes, like the Starving Games.
So
Okay. I think I thought of a better one. Okay. Now let's think of it as the Little Merman, but like they're children, right? It's like a little boy merman.
Okay.
And then like it's a little princess, and like instead of like falling in love kind of thing, like they become friends, and he's like, but that's my best friend, and then like they can eventually grow up or something like that, but like they kind of like know each other like on and off. I don't know. I think that actually sounds cuter.
I just also don't see how you play like
Are they just friends in the whole
the dad
movie?
into this movie.
Well,
'Cause
no, like they're
the dad is
friends,
the
and
one-
then like they like grow up, and then like they fall in love with each other, and then he's like, I'm gonna go like
You're
be
just
with
turning
her.
it into like a rom-com kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
That's what Judgment wants, though.
Yeah. I know.
But you're right. The dad is very protective of Ariel because she's the youngest of
Aaron.
7 sisters or
Mhm.
something. And how would you flip that? I mean, you could do something. I mean, essentially, I feel like this movie would have to get like flipped on its head. Like it would have to be
More or less.
such
Like you
a
keep
different.
some of the same premises.
Like it would be the idea is similar.
Yeah.
But it would be like you could have instead of the king, it would be a queen, and
Mhm.
maybe like.
But then you're taking away
mermans
the
are rare and hardly exist at all or something, and like he's like the one in their society or something, and they need him to procreate. I don't know. I just came up with the video, guys. I'm sorry.
No.
But he's fallen in love with a human, and how are we gonna keep our mermaid society?
No.
Okay. That's solid.
Maybe though, instead of like flipping it all on its head, right? It's still Triton, and he has all of his daughters and this one son, and he's set to inherit the throne, because then you could go back to more on like men inherit the throne kind of thing. But then if he's like, nah, I'm gonna ditch and like go be with this girl, then it's like, you can't do that.
Interesting.
Is that what would happen? Is it really what would happen? Or would he just be like, okay, looks like I gotta find another wife then, have more children?
But like in this movie, that's what would happen. Like he's like so passionate about.
That's why I'm saying it's
Erica.
just not as realistic anymore, you know?
But how come it's so realistic that this girl be leaving the sea
Because
to
that's
be
how
with this
society
man?
is.
Yeah,
Maybe
that makes
society
sense.
needs to change. It's fine. Society needs to change first, and then we can make the Little Merman. Starring Aaron and Erica.
Okay.
Maybe change the names while we're at it. They're too alike.
Nah, we gotta keep some of the same things.
But like Ariel is spelled with an. Well, I guess Aaron would be as well. Double A.
Yeah.
You can call him AA Ron.
Hey, Aaron!
There we go. Could be a black man or something. I don't know.
And I think that was the other thing that people were coming at was from a scientific standpoint, is that technically speaking, if you're from so far under the sea, then you would be white or of a paler color.
Lack of sun.
Okay. but we're not being scientific at all because mermaids don't exist. Like, there's zero science behind it.
Well, some people didn't believe that mermaids
But
didn't
technically,
exist.
if we're being scientific, right? Mermaids, the legend of mermaids was all that like they would like come near shore and lure men to sea
Yeah,
and like
sirens.
crash their boats. Right. So therefore they would actually be hit by the light.
No, because they'd still spend a majority of their time.
No, but even
I
sirens
guess.
aren't
But,
sirens aren't
uncanny.
half human, half fish, or whatever you want to
No.
call a mermaid. Sirens are literal monsters, and they just give
That's
you
true.
the perception of it. Like,
Perception that it's a
they're
woman.
not actually. So they would actually then be monsters.
That's a good point.
Yes, terrifying ones at that.
That's a good
So
point.
And then you have a whole different story, and it's actually crazy.
Yeah.
It should not happen.
no.
Then that's like a horror movie.
Correct.
Should we make the Little Mermaid?
The Little Mermaid
movie.
as a horror movie now would be good. I
What are
would
they? The
watch
Grim,
that.
the Grim. What are they? The Grim.
Oh,
Bro-
the Brother Grimm.
the Brothers Grimm.
Yeah, the Brothers Grimm.
That's more what it's giving at
Bro,
this.
I think we should do something like that because that sounds awesome. That sounds like something I'd watch. Be scared crapless, but like
No, the
I'd
Little
watch.
Mermaid as a horror movie, I'd watch. Cinderella as a horror movie, I'd watch.
Dude, you know what would be a really good horror movie? Which kind of would honestly turn into like a Red Riding Hood situation is Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast as a horror movie, I'd watch. Like, these are things I would watch 100%.
Yeah, and you just call it like the Beast.
Yeah. They kind of did it with Cinderella, sort of. They did. There's a horror movie based on the stepsister that just came out this year, I think, and it's like called The Ugly Stepsister or something. But it's not about Cinderella. It's more about the stepsister. But this, like, some of these as horror movies, like they did Winnie the Pooh. Come on, guys. Let's bring it up a notch.
True. They did.
Let's do some of these stories that would be good as horror movies. Like,
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Because if you think about it, Ariel is a siren. How does she attract Eric with her song, with her singing? Siren.
Yeah.
Guys,
And the whole point that
horror movie.
Ursula took her voice away was so that she couldn't like lure him that quickly.
guys, this would be good. This would be good. I want
really
some of
good.
these as horror movies. That's what I want.
Oh.
That's
Trying to
really
think
what
of
I
others
want.
that'd be
Through
really good
live
as horror
action,
movies.
start making horror movies.
Yeah.
Yes.
Disney
Please.
After Dark.
Pop up.
Yo,
Oh, I like
there you go,
that.
Sully.
Disney After
I
Dark.
like that.
Ooh,
All right,
We
Disney.
need to start a new franchise. Look at that.
we do. Disney do a little spin-off.
I'm serious. Take some
Serious.
notes.
It'd be good.
But actually, like some of these would be so good
It
as
would
horror
be.
movies. Like
It'd be really good.
you have the storyline set up.
Dude! Even Rapunzel.
Rapunzel. I'm seeing
In what
less of
way?
her.
In more of the way she's locked in the tower and she has to like lure men to come help her, but because she's locked in the tower, she has no food source.
Where's the horror? She's just starving?
No, she kills
she
them and
eats
eats them.
men.
Oh, Rapunzel's a cannibal.
And then somehow,
Yeah.
some way, maybe she gets freed.
And she's still a cannibal because that's the only food she knows.
And then she kills her parents.
Dang, that's dang.
Yo, they're like our long lost
Yo.
daughter. And she's like,
And then
Dude.
everyone's invited to the cookout.
What's a horror comedy called?
that's a good question. What is that called? Because they exist.
Or
I think it's literally just horror comedy.
That's sad.
comedy.
Yeah, see, that one doesn't sound good. Just
I said horror.
No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Because I would definitely fit under
Comedy.
that.
Comedy. What about
That
comedy?
would. That would be like a
Or,
good horror movie.
Horremedy.
It'd be so funny.
Sounds like home remedy.
Oh, that's so
I
funny,
know.
guys.
I love when
So
they pretend to wipe away tears.
I know.
I'm not pretending, guys. I'm laughing so hard I'm crying.
I see no tears.
Actually, I'm really loving this. I kind of want to keep going on this. Like, what's another?
Your river.
They're just little. That's why.
How do you turn?
What
Princess
about
and Frog?
Sleeping Beauty? Ooh, or Princess and the Frog.
See, I was thinking Sleeping Beauty, and I was thinking Princess and the Frog, but I don't know how you turn it into a...
Like Brave? Can you do that with Brave?
Brave could be one, I feel like.
Brave was
You
already
think?
almost scary. Like
It
That's true. Almost have to make it like reverse scary.
I think that's like the
like-
darkest they've gone.
It is.
Yeah, it is kind of the darkest they've
Like she
gone.
finds out she can't turn her mom back, and her mom kills her whole family, and she has to kill her mom or something.
Guys, Encanto could take on like the boy. So you know how like Bruno lives
Like
in
Bruno's
the
in the
walls?
walls.
So Bruno would be from Bruno's perspective. I think I'm missing what y'all are hyped on.
Have you seen the boy?
Oh, that's what you're talking
Because
about.
it's like the doll, and like
Guys,
he'll come
you
out of the
just
walls
said-
and move.
You guys just said Encanto could take on the boy, and I was like, which boy from Encanto are you talking about? Oh, yo, plus he has his rats and everything. Like,
Yeah. And like him and the house are working together
okay,
so that he
okay,
can
no,
like
but what if like the house wasn't like the house in Encanto, but it was like Monster House?
Mm.
and it's magic.
It's magic.
Comes from like a dead person or something.
Yeah,
The
or something.
dead grandfather.
Boom, boom,
She kept the corpse, and it's in the basement or something.
and everyone that they marry to reproduce to have more like gifted people. Obviously, the people they marry aren't gifted, and so the house slowly eats them because they're sacrifices. Because in order to have these kids to have gifts, they
Okay.
have to give back to the house.
I'm going somewhere. I see. I see. Because Grandpa's hungry.
No, because Grandpa didn't
The
start
house
the
is
miracle. Maybe Grandpa did help start the miracle, and he is then the candle. But in order to feed the candle to give the gifts and the house, yeah, Grandpa's hungry. Grandpa hungry.
Yo.
And now we go back to Rapunzel.
Guys. Disney. I'm so serious.
Someone catch a
Disney
drift.
Shark?
If you
Disney
don't, if
After
you
Dark?
you don't even have to listen to our whole podcast. Just listen to this app. Listen to this
Oh,
app.
listen.
Let's caption this. Attention, Disney.
I'll tag Disney.
Perf.
Disney. This for you.
Yes. Yes.
We'll take a tiny percentage of the money you'll get. We won't take too much. Don't worry.
Nah.
just a little bit.
You get the rest.
Yeah.
Just give
Give
us
us
some
some
rights,
cred.
you know. Just give us a little bit.
Just a little bit.
If you give it
Think
all,
of the rides. Think of the rides.
Wait,
they
I
could
was
make-
just about to say, you make like a
Horror
haunted
park?
house of horror park? Yo! Guys, I'd want to go there. The rides would be lit. The rides would be amazing.
mm-hmm.
Like, you would go through each of the... Encanto would be so cool. Like, you ride through the house. You ride through the
Yes.
walls.
each of the rooms and their different horror effect. But then, like, does that mean like the family would have to have like a sadistic twist to them, and like their rooms would like,
Yeah, like they look like they portray themselves one way to the public, but behind closed doors.
it's game over.
Like they would have to
Game
have
over.
powers that you would initially think are like, oh, that's a good
Yes.
power, but they all use them for
But in
something
reality.
wild. Yo.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This is good. This is good.
This is
This is
good.
really good.
Let's do this.
Uh-huh.
Well, not us. Disney.
I agree.
You got the money.
I
for it,
agree.
Not us.
Real.
I mean, we'll be on set. You can fly us out, put us up in a hotel. We'll help with the, with more of the planning and all
Logistics.
that. Yes, the logistics.
I'll help with
Um,
casting. I'll help with that. Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Yes, let me help with casting. Ah,
I feel like
yes.
it would be so fun.
That'd be
Jasmine's
so
gonna
much
cast
fun.
herself.
Girl, no, I would not. Do you know who I would cast so freaking fast?
Who?
Zendaya. I love me some Zendaya. I don't know
In
in what.
horror?
In a horror movie?
Well, fine, no, I guess not.
I was gonna say, like the girl can do drama. I got
Oh
that. but-
my gosh. Okay, this one is probably too obvious, but Jenna Ortiz in
Ortega?
Encanto. Ortega, that one. Jenna Ortega
Yeah,
in Encanto.
Yeah. I could see her doing something.
And honestly,
I don't know if I'd want her in Encanto. Well, maybe.
but I'm not even saying as Mirabelle,
But like, she'd be
Yeah.
good Snow White too, or something.
but she's not white.
I'm aware, but her hair. I just think of her with like the jet
Snow
black.
Black.
You're
Blackest person.
there. We go. It's gonna be a horror film
Oh my
anyway.
god!
Let's
Oh my
keep
god!
it
Oh my
going.
god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Yes! Yes! Snow Black. And it's like a mix, right, of like Sleeping Beauty, like where they have to like get her like out of the like castle or whatever, but there's no lights and she blends in. And now throwing Rapunzel, she's a murderer.
Wait.
Yo, how dark is this woman?
Dude,
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Nope.
Dude.
Why did I just have the worst idea? For me to do the best? Ready? The
Yes.
poster is just her smiling.
teeth. Yes. Yo, that just made me think of Alice in Wonderland, like the cat.
Oh yeah.
Alice in Wonderland is a.
Oh my god,
horror
Alice in
movie.
Wonderland art is already like a horror movie. Let's be honest. That's already like a
No,
horror
but
movie.
like make it horror.
Horror.
Like, bro, that one would make you scared every turn. Every. You'd be leaving boots shaking. That'd be a good one. That's
I
not
said
Disney,
it was a bad
though.
idea. It was a bad, good idea, but like,
I don't know. I'm vibing with this, Oli. You can't catch Jenna Ortega,
No,
though.
it's a
You
good
need a
idea,
dark
but, like-
person. You need a real dark person. Ooh.
Please note we can only say this stuff because yes, we are half black.
Yo.
We did have to
yeah,
add
there
that.
was a black female.
Wow, I'm really loving this idea. I think we need to
I'm
like
too.
actually put this stuff down. Well, I guess it's recorded,
Yeah.
but yeah. Wow, this is awesome, you guys.
It is. You know how many times we've said this in a
Think of the
podcast episode?
escape rooms you could make.
Mm,
Dude, Stoli!
Encanto's house?
That could be your. You could call your
You're
business
right.
Disney After Dark.
like,
Oh my gosh, that would be amazing.
And you would just have.
get rights.
You would. You would.
Okay, you'd
Or
have to
if Fairy
change
Tales
it.
After Dark.
Christina.
How about
Yeah.
that? Like Fairy Tales After Dark. No,
Expensive.
do you know how many times escape rooms rip off stuff?
Yeah, but it's just like I don't know how far off you have to go.
Because like
I think
there
you
was
could
this
do Snow
one
Black.
description I was reading. You could. 'Cause there was this one description I was reading, and instead of Thanos,
Get
it
out
was
before you see her
Manos.
smile, otherwise you're.
Oh yeah. Stoli, don't you remember that? We were gonna do an escape room, and it was basically the Avengers instead of Thanos. It was Manos,
Manos.
and they were going after the
Oh,
5
yeah.
gems or something. Like that was
Yes.
the whole goal of the escape room. I'm sure it wouldn't require like.
No,
I don't
know.
think.
I don't know how the logistics work behind
Because
that.
you're not
Legality.
like, yes, you're creating a story, but it's not like a story,
I
you
suppose
know?
it's-
It's like,
yeah, it's not in the same
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
realm.
They're
Yeah.
taking a whole new twist on it. This is awesome.
interesting.
This is really good.
I do
Maybe
want
they
these as
just need live
movies, but
actors,
I would be
just
down as.
Gavin.
Yes, you would. You'd have to do some live actors for something at least. Especially Snow Black. Is that what it was called? Snow Black? Yeah. Snow Black.
So bad.
Especially
This is
Snow
so
Black.
bad.
What? You want like Ash Black?
We're canceled. No, we're canceled. No,
You want
canceled.
Cinder
No,
Black?
canceled.
Wait, how would you do Cinderella?
What do you mean? As a horror movie?
Like, yes, but like with
so
Cinderella, not
easy.
like evil stepsisters type of deal.
Yeah, instead of being compliant, she ends up killing them in different ways, torturing
Like, there's
them.
so many ways you could do this. Like,
Gets back
you
at her
find out
father
she's
for it all, or
like got murderous intent from being kept up by her stupid stepmother and stepsisters, and she kills the fairy godmother and like takes her wand and like goes on.
And goes ham.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah.
takes the wand. No, takes the wand and then tortures her stepmother and
There you
stepsisters, and then like puts, and then almost like, you know, a siren spin, puts like a spell on Prince Charming. He doesn't have a name, right?
Yeah, it's Prince Charming, I think.
Prince Charming, and like to become queen. Oh my god, you could like twist it all the way. She becomes an evil queen, which goes into Snow Black.
Oh, it would be a series. I see. Okay.
Or it's just an interconnected universe, you know?
Or it's an interconnected universe.
I feel like that makes sense to me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
She becomes the evil queen who creates Snow Black, and then maybe Snow Black, you know, whatever happens with her, has another sister, and that is Erica. Hear me out.
Who tried to escape all of the craziness
Yes.
and went and built her own castle.
Oh, and she tried to make it peaceful, but then what does she know?
Aaron.
A siren comes
Aaron.
after her. Yeah, Aaron, who's not just a merman. He's a siren. And her peaceful little village, not so peaceful no more.
And one of Aaron's 7 sisters crawled up on land and told King Triton, hey, I got a better idea, and goes and sits in a tower and is just singing her songs. Come help me, I'll let
she's
down my
Rapunzel,
hair.
Rapunzel.
And not a bad idea.
Justin's vibing right now.
Now I'm just trying to figure out how we can get Beauty and the Beast in this.
Okay, wait.
Oh, so
But for the Rapunzel one, right? It
Mm-hmm.
becomes the Encanto house, right? So her last person that like she wants to devour ends up like trying to kill her first, and she puts like a curse on him to have to maintain this house for like
there you
and that's
go.
where it comes from.
I like that.
That's good.
I like that.
See?
But okay, is it almost like she becomes like the grandmother kind of thing and like marries this guy and like puts a curse on him, and then like they have like, you know, like keep the magic going, but like knowing the only way to keep the magic going is like to have this male sacrifice, and maybe she only produces like female offspring, which they have to marry men and then like sacrifice to the house.
And then are the children in on it is the real question, or
They would have to be. They probably can't learn about it until
maybe they don't know like the
on.
true reason, but they know they have to reproduce, and then
however it happens. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Guys, we're on something. We got our brains. I don't know how they fit.
They are either braining right now, or it is a sleep deprivation that's hitting us. And this is gonna sound stupid in the morning. Either way, y'all have a cracked up episode to listen to.
Yeah.
Start
You
with
should.
a
You
butt
should
crack
let
and a
us know.
half.
Right. Oh man, this might take us like 10 butt cracks though to even
Produce.
Yeah.
Honestly though, this would all be better as a book.
It would.
The detail, the
Yeah.
level of like complexity you could add
It would.
into it.
Jasmine,
The
you
like
have a book series to write now.
cloak and dagger effect that you could like throw in there. Like you could start with like a few stories going and almost like not figure out how they connect until like a few books down, and then you're like, wait a minute, and then if you have to like go back and reread and you're like, what, and then that would make like rereading a series like that much more intriguing.
Because you purposefully release them out of order, kind of thing.
Almost like a Star Wars thing.
Oh,
Dude, yes, like you release like Snow Black first, and then you like go in with like I don't even know what order we did stuff, but
then the Cinderella one would have to be like the last one
last
because it
one,
would like
because the
connect you to
original
everything and you would be like
starts it all because the magic wand starts it all goes back to that one. Oh my gosh, and then you do like an epilogue book, just a sliver book about the grandma from the movie Meredith, who's the wood like shop person who made the wand.
That would be pretty.
She's magical.
Got you. You threw me off with Meredith, but you meant Brave. I got you.
Sorry. Merida. Yeah.
Merida. Yeah. Yo. And see?
Oh my God!
Call this Disney After Dark series.
Oh, she came up
now
with
I have another one because it's like already Merida Brave connects with Monsters Inc. Right? Now you could continue this after releasing your epilogue book and do a whole new branch. Like you have your whole little branch going with all of our other characters, and then do a new branch going of like a different timeline because you have like Disney arc, Pixar arc. Okay. Monsters Inc.
And Cars.
And Cars.
Cars would give like, what was that one movie? Herbie?
Okay, but like you take the essence of like the personalities from Cars, but you make them humans, and then it's set in like cowboy era.
Okay.
Intriguing.
It is intriguing.
What a thought.
But like,
they gotta do their
I'm still stuck on the whole Monsters Inc. There's not much you have to do for that.
Yeah, because they're already monsters, Judging.
Yes, they're already monsters, but they're not getting screams anymore. No, they're not. They're getting pints of blood. Dogs.
Toy Story?
Dude, toys.
Shrek? Yo.
This
Minions? Could we throw Minions in
yes! Yes! Oh my gosh, we totally could. They're evil minions. They're evil. Oh, yeah, we could.
Got a lot of writing to do, buddy.
This is just like
a lot of writing. You're gonna be ready till the day you die.
Can I just pawn this off on
Yeah, you Tegan, you got this. Oh, Stephen King, you said?
Oh, yeah, pawn this off. Because honestly, I don't think I could do better than that. Obviously, no one can do better than that, and it would be chef's kiss. It would be perfect. It would just be
really
like
would be.
I don't think he would write them, unfortunately, but he would.
But maybe he can
because his stories live
AI himself
in his mind and things like that. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, like he's a scary mind. I won't lie. That's.
Yeah.
That's what drugs and alcohol does to you kids. So don't do them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But Wow.
Wow.
Wow. I think this
Yeah.
all started off the
With
conversation
live
about live
action.
action
I
movies.
know,
And
live action
with them,
movies, I know.
yeah.
But this honestly went in a better direction. And then it's almost like the what if Walt Disney got told he was imaginative or like creative.
I think he was told that.
No, he was told he was unimaginative.
And you're
So
saying
this
what
is
he was
like
told he
he gets
was imaginative?
like, oh,
Yeah,
you're
and
so
then he like
imaginative,
and then
and
he
he
like
decided to go on
takes
a
it
horror route.
like he like gets so like
No.
No,
Instead,
you had to do the
someone
what
holds
if.
him captive because they think his writing is that good. And so then he writes these as signs for him to get help because he's trying
he's
to
trapped.
he's trapped, but he goes to all
Mm.
these press things and all this stuff like that to keep up
Mm.
the appearance.
This
of
is like
being
a layer on a layer on a layer on a layer. It's like we have these spin-off timelines and then we're linking it back to this one, and then turns out, boom, you get like book 10, and all of a sudden you're realizing books 1 through 9 are books. And not real.
Okay.
It's like a dream within a dream effect.
Yeah, no, I understand
no,
what
no,
you're
I got
saying,
you.
and I
I
think you
got you.
understand. It's
I was
just the
just
way it was
messing with
phrased
you.
is like,
I
no,
know. No, but they're just books. And then all of a sudden, book 10, now you're like real life. And maybe you're flashing to book number 9 being a bestseller, whatever book number 9's called. And they're talking about the series and whatnot. And like it turns
That
in like
would
this
be
whole
such
like
a
you
trippy effect, though, bro.
it would be
It-
so
like,
It would
good.
be
Imagine-
so good. Like think
Okay,
of
but
like
wait, hear me out. Okay, what if it was Walt Disney, but like, you know how everyone says his body's frozen so he can come back to life?
Mm-hmm.
What if he did come back to life, but he's zombie fed?
Or like, what if he didn't actually want to get frozen, right? And it was like this captor person, and he's
and to rebel, he's like
was
doing
trying
like
to figure because like, oh my gosh, this would play off like the Netflix TV series where it's like about uploaded intelligence. So they're
Yes.
trying to figure out how to do uploaded intelligence on his brain to keep his writing alive so that they keep making money, so they freeze him, but then he comes back before he was supposed to, and then he's all about vengeance, bro.
Yes, bro. Oh my gosh. Okay, and then upload intelligence becomes a semi download intelligence, and you have a Big Hero 6 horror movie. He is now not helping.
That could be cool, bro. Guys, we have to like get rid of this episode though, because then if this does happen, like everybody's
Can't
gonna know
air.
what's gonna
This
happen.
can't air. Actually, can we just throw copyright at the beginning?
Let's get this copy written. Okay. Get a patent.
Get a patent on this one episode.
No, literally, like
Protect this episode at all costs.
Exactly.
if people come out with these ideas in like a year or two, we're gonna be like,
Yo, that's how it always be
Reference!
happening.
credit where credit is due, please. A Ratatouille, bro.
That would be a good one. Yo,
Dude.
evil rat, and you're deathly scared.
Dude.
Yo, no. Okay, what if? Okay, evil rat still, but instead of like controlling from his head, he ate his way into this man's body, and he's controlling from the center.
Oh my gosh. You know that used to be a form of torture? Like people would put a rat
You
in a
get
bucket
eaten by-
and like
yeah.
and stick it on your stomach.
Yo,
That's
that
insane.
would be a good one.
And they're like poisoning people. that-
Yes, I was just thinking
Yes.
that. They're poisoning people
Yes.
Guys.
Dang.
with rat poison. The irony would be wild.
Dang. I'm just trying to think of how this could connect to something else, dogs.
I know.
Cause like
This is insane.
the train left and the train's still going, bro.
I know.
We're at like book 15.
I think we're far beyond that, actually.
Like our
It's like
villa
25
is set
books.
based off these books.
Like, I think we're gonna have to split them up, and we all gotta write our own books. Like,
Oh my God. No, but think about that. Think about that.
Three-author
The-
series.
Seriously. And
Nobody
each
would know.
arc of it. No, but like each arc of
Nobody
it.
would know.
No one would know.
Until we write a collab book.
Yeah.
And
No,
then
okay,
we're
but
like,
hear me out, right? Like the fairy tale spin-offs, the dark ones, one person. And then like the you don't even have to mention like the name of the bestsellers, but the writer of these horror movie or horror books and his horror story. And then
the
the
Pixar.
yes.
We'd
And
each have
then-
our own line, and it would. And we write under pen names.
mm-hmm. So nobody would know.
Nobody would know.
And different publishers too. Like you gotta really like, and
Yes.
you gotta drop them at different times. I feel like, or
Yeah.
something, you know, to like
Yeah.
keep your own
Completely different style, covers,
Mhm.
like just so different.
Different. Oh my God.
And
And
then we
then-
collab.
No, okay,
we
here's the thing though.
collab
I think you'd have to do the same publisher. But like somehow get that publisher to like make it smaller.
You can self-publish though.
Or you could self-publish, but then here's the thing, is eventually once like you have that like last like that one book that ties everything together, it needs to have the spines that need to make something.
Oh, absolutely, bro. 100%. We need that.
And it can't just be like one set series. It has to be like the series like
No, all of them may like,
Wait,
and you wouldn't notice.
But what if it could like do like, okay, so you know how there's like those like
Yes.
flip through. So like if you had it series by series by series, it would make its own pictures.
Yeah,
But then if you have it in the order of the books, it still makes a different picture. Guys,
we on to something. We're about to
Yes.
blow up.
It
If
would
this
be
ever
so
follows
good.
through, that needs to be a follow through, and we know how we are on that.
That's wild, Vision.
And it's like if these start off as books and then they get made into like TV series or into movies, and then all of a sudden
A TV series would be so lit.
A
Honestly,
TV
I
series,
think
okay,
books should
think about
always
it,
be
though.
made into TV
Think
series.
about it. No, okay, but think about it though. Think about it. Yes, a TV series would be really good, but it's lower funding than a movie.
True. You'd have better like.
So you'd have cringier scenes, and you're trying to
Yeah.
make this darn good. Like it
It's
needs to be movies. It needs to be
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah. Which would be fair because they're all already standalone movies, and we're just taking
They
their
are.
stories and.
Yep.
And the thing is, you would just think they're like horror
Horror
spin-offs of
movies.
the originals, and then they get all connected.
Yeah, that's true. Now here's the thing though is will we publish these series, have them get turned into some movies, and then release the connector? And then people are like, but like you could leave little hints here and there.
But that is fully dependent then on if your movies get turned or if your books get turned
true.
into movies.
Yeah.
Because you don't have full control over that. Like that depends
You
on the
don't.
popularity of your book. Does someone want to
Yeah.
buy the rights to be able to do such? Yeah. Blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah,
that's a
blah.
great point. That's a great point. You make a
I
point.
think Leon is something though.
Unless if you get that much money for making the books and then you just self-fund the movies.
Yeah.
It's true. J.K. Rowling that crap. Okay, I know she didn't do it, but I'm just saying she just made that much money, so.
Yeah.
Guys.
I like this.
I'm vibing with
Let's get
this.
to typing.
Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, I've got a lot on my plate
Guys!
right now.
Working from home.
You could work from home, yeah.
You could work from
Work
home.
from
Once
anywhere.
a couple of those books start going. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you could work from anywhere, Dijon. You could be on a beach, bro. On a beach every day, all day. Chilling. Chilling like a villain.
A villain. Okay, before we spoil too much and people can't
Yeah.
actually enjoy our books,
Right. Not that
No,
we already
literally.
did just spoil a lot.
A lot. But
Was
who's
it-
gonna
Yeah,
watch
but,
this
like,
anyways?
Well, okay,
That's
you know,
wild.
No, real point is who's gonna remember when our books actually come out and they're not
exactly.
under
That's more what
they're
I
under
was gonna
pseudonym.
say.
True, and we
Or
have our
that there's
pen
not
name and
enough
everything.
people watching right now that when they
True.
come out, that they will.
True, and then our books are gonna be like
Dude,
flying off the
but what if
bookshelves,
like
and we'll be
our
like,
books come
we could have
out
known.
and the linker isn't there yet, but then someone finds this episode?
Yo, then they're gonna spoil it for us. They're gonna spoil it. They're gonna be like, guys, this is
No,
what's
because
coming.
there'll be conspiracy theories.
I don't know.
And then it could gain more of a following because then you get more people to buy more of the books.
True.
When we start
could almost
releasing the books,
leak
we can
this.
delete this episode.
Yeah.
Or yeah, and then save it and leak it.
A purposeful leak.
Mm-hmm.
No. What?
Mm-hmm.
Episode for this week.
We'll put it out there for now. We can't guarantee it'll stay
We
out.
can delete it. Yeah. Yeah, it might archived. Might be archived.
Straight from episode 29 to 31, and ain't nobody gonna know about it.
Better watch it now if you want to watch it ever.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. Bro.
Buy some stock now.
This is
Invest.
good meat. Good meat.
Good.
Good meat.
I think we gotta over and out this now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we do.
Yeah.
Leave you hanging. A cliffhanger.
Sure.
Yes. Not that we gave much to hang off of.
Wait, what? I missed it.
We didn't give much cliff to hang off of. Like,
Yeah. We really just gave a rolling hill.
we gave a roller coaster. We looped them around a few times and then we brought them back.
What's her face for? Look at her face. What's it for?
I don't
You
know.
don't think we left him on a cliffhanger?
I don't think so. I don't like
Cliffhanger
it.
being,
I don't
are we
know.
gonna write this or not?
True.
Suppose.
Shall never know.
Is our procrastination going to overtake us? The world may never know. You may never know until you do.
See you next week.
Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, till next week, though, guys.
Deuces.
Have a great weekend and week.
Thanks for tuning in. See you all next week.
Peace out.